Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be an example of a trade I had on Amazon again, but it's also proof that sometimes you just have to stick out a trade and believe in what you're doing and hold on to that trade longer than you think. Even though you get frustrated at some point, stick to your guns, believe in what you're doing, ride out those trades. So let's get to it. Get out there and make some money. So here we are looking at Amazon when it opened up the day. Had a little bit of a move up at the open, and then it pulled back. And this is where I mentioned earlier I ended up buying some options out to 2,300. So as it progressed throughout the morning, had this little seesaw battle, and then it moved down. And this is why I like using more than just like a 9-day moving average. I just leave all my long-term averages on my screen. Some people don't like that, think it looks too busy, but to each their own. But it moves right down to the 200 moving average on the daily, on the 5-minute. And I've seen this work time and time again. That's why I continue to leave these on there. So then it traded sideways, and I thought about adding to my position right here for another pop, but I didn't. I just wanted to see how things played out. Well, it moved up right here, and I thought about getting out of it right here, but I wasn't quite even after all this time that ate up the option. And then we had this big move down before I even had a chance to make a decision. But it held the 100-day moving average, and it held it a couple of times. And actually, if you see, I had a diagonal that it kept bouncing off of. Bounced off of this point, off of this point, off of this point. So when it moved down here, I added to my position, and then boom, we got a run. So right here, it traded sideways and just kept eating up the option and the value of the options. So I started to get a little frustrated with it and just decided to sell, and I actually sold right here. Now if we look at the options, this is where it sold, right here, 27.50 area. And it just bounced around right here, it kept bouncing lower. So I just unfortunately got frustrated with it and took my profits and called it a day. So what did it do after that? It ticked down, and then boom, spiked up. So I could have stuck it out a little bit longer, but then it moved down. Had a big swing down, and when it did that, these options really got eaten up. So they were down $10 almost, about $8-9 from where I sold. And then it just kind of drifted around down here. And then these are the painful days. When you had it right and you didn't stick it out long enough, look what happened. Ran up from there, right up through my strike at 2,300, right up to 23.16 at the high. I didn't even want to show you what the options ended up being worth. Look at that. They ran all the way up to 52.50 plus. I left a lot on the table right there. But you never know. Sometimes you just have to take a win and live with it. But it's painful to see when you could have really crushed one that you had right and leave that much on the table.